of its mention this songs in order to emphasize on the point that's called alienation effects, to alienate between the actors and the songs. And in spite of the songs, it shows his pride about what he doing, and he mentioned it in front of the general, but in reality it means it refers to his death. The second one, and the third one, to focus on the merit to insert the songs which expound his major idea and theme. Means this songs, when we mention it, it's explaining the major idea of the poem or the intention of the character itself, and to focus on his emptiness or tenderness, to keep songs
that's a
complete.
very good point, Mohammed. Yes, that's a very good point.
Yes, to keep the songs completely separate, or without fusing them with the dialogues, with the service purpose of complete
Yes,
scene.
very good, Mohammed. Yes.
And the important point that I see it here, explicit or clear, that's foreshadowing to the death of the Isle of himself. Sorry.
All right, Mohammed. Why do you turn your test, your drama test, late? Why do you turn in your drama test late?
Me?
Yes.
When I answer, I try to make my answer, all of them, I try to correct them. I answer, and after that,
were you trying to help other students? We're trying to help a lame dog over style, as they say.
Maybe some of them demand help from me, but I am busy during the time of exam.
Are you kidding me, trying to admit that some students ask you for help? This is cheating, Mohammed.
How?
But I know you are not the type of person who helps others in cheating. I know you. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you for the good points you raised. And exactly, this is what Mohammed said is very important. This song, technically speaking, is part of the alienation effect that Brecht is trying to embed in his theater. The other thing is that this song, in fact, is a kind of a direction for the actor not to get involved in the events, because as most of you know, and as I have explained before in earlier classes and lectures, that the epic theater is out there to make the audience think rather than feel. All right? So their focus will be on making the audience think. All the attempts they do, all these alienation effects attempts are nothing but attempts to make the audience think of what is going on around him. Good. So I think we need to go immediately to scene 3, because scene 3 is perhaps the most important scene in the play, and it's the longer one, I guess. Let's read from scene 3 and see what is there in it. Mohammed, can you read from scene 3, please?
Yes. 3 years later, Mother's courage is taken prisoner along with the elements of the Finnish regiment. She managed
now, I would like to focus on the first word in this scene, because we will discuss this. 3 years. The number 3 is important in this scene. We will see how. Yes.
Yes, she managed to save her daughter. Likewise, her clever cards, but her honest son is killed.
All right. So, Mohammed, what do you call these 4 lines at the beginning of each scene in the play?
It's Tilterium, means summary to the old listening.
Right. Yes.
Yes. Also, military camp afternoon.
You have to emphasize, Mohammed, this. These 4 lines or 3 lines at the beginning of each scene, guys, are very important because they constitute a summary, or as what Brecht termed this as titularium, to summarize the events, the major events in the scene. All right, so that we will be ready to think rather than feel in the scene. Yes, Muhammad. Military camp.
Yes, military camps, afternoon, a flagpole with the regimental flag from haircuts, festooned now.
What's the meaning of festooned?
It means some tea that's covered by the flower.
Yeah, it's decorated.
Rope of flowers.
Decorated by the flower.
Festooned means decorated. Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
Hara.
Rope of flowers. It means festination.
Yeah. Festoon also has this meaning also. Thank you. But here it means decorated. The cart is decorated with, or let's say, filled with all kinds of goods. Yes.
Yes, now with all kinds of goods, Mother's carriage has drenched a wash line to large canyon, across which she and Catherine are folding and washing. She is bargaining at the same time with Amara over the sack of shot Swiss cheese, and now wearing
A sack of shot.
Yes.
What is a sack of shot?
It means this metals that cover the bullets.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
The bullets, right.
Paying master uniform is looking on. Calmly person, UT Poiter is showing.
No. A comely person means a good-looking person.
Yes,
A comely person is a good-looking person. Yvette Potier. All right. This character is a French, and this is a French name. Yvette Potier. Yes.
Yes, is showing gaily colored hats.
Gaily
glass of the brand.
means
Gaily.
bright
Yes.
color. Yes.
Let me try this. Gaily colored hats, a glass of brandy before her. She is in her stocked feet, having laid aside her red high-heeled boots.
All right. So this description of this character. Could you
Yes.
figure out what does she work for a living? The gaily, the bright-colored hat, and the glass of brandy before her. Her stocking feet. We have socks. Men wear socks, but women, some of them, wear stockings. All right, and having laid her red high-heeled boots. These are
Maybe
the items of what?
Cobbler or vendor. That's we can expect his job from healing boots. It means fixing.
No, high-heeled. High-heeled means يعني كعب عالي يعني. محمد.
Yes.
High-heeled boots or red high-heeled boots.
I'm showing gaily colored hats. Maybe
Yes,
he's vendor.
No. This is the camp's prostitute. She is a woman, Muhammad. This is the camp's prostitute, Yvette Potier. Prostitute, an immoral woman, a whore. All right?
Yes.
So, Yvette Potier is a whore. All right, we will get to know her as we proceed in the scene, yes.
Okay.
So, I would like Asma, Benin. Benin will be Mother Courage. The armorer will be Muhammad for the time being. And who else? Yes. Let's proceed. And Yvette, who would like to play Yvette?
May I?
Yes.
Yes, Asma will play Yvette. Yes, please go ahead.
Yes. The armorer.
No, the armorer, Muhammad. I said the armorer will be. You'll be the armorer, right? Yes, good. Go ahead.
Yes, the armor. I'll let you have that shot for the couple of Lauren. It's cheap at price. I got to have the money because the colonel been boozing with his officers since 2 days back, and the drinks run out.
All right.
Mother
So
Spirit.
what does the armor tell Mother Courage here? What does he tell her?
Yes, sir.
He said, "I will give you to a couple of Lauren to have." Maybe he will get Mother Courage to Lauren in order to get what he needs.
No, on the contrary, Muhammad. On the contrary, Muhammad. On the contrary, he is an armorer. An armorer means someone who is in charge of the arms and munitions. يعني هو مسؤول عن الذخيرة والعتاد بالجيش. Armorer. He would like to sell Mother Courage this sack of shots for a couple of florins, 2 florins. All right. Yeah. And he provides an excuse, which is, you know, yes. They need the money because the colonel's been boozing, he's been drinking a lot yes. with his officers since 2 days back, and the drinks run out. So this is why they are selling the soldiers' ammunition and shots and bullets to get drinks. All right.
Okay.
Which is quite ironical. Yes. Mother Courage.
Okay, that's Traps musicians. They catch me with that. I'm from Port Martia. You cracked the flog. That shot and that's now.
Benin, that's troops munitions. They catch me with that which means if they catch me with that, I'm for court martial. I'm for court martial. And court martial means?
Yes, criminal career.
Right, it's a military kind of a trial in court, right. And could be a noun and a verb at the same time, yes. Yes, Benin.
Okay. You crack the flag and the shoot, and the troops want to fire at enemy.
You crooks. Crooks means?
محتالون.
Try to use English all the time, guys. Try to use English, all right? So crooks means
swindler.
Swindlers, right? Very good. Swindlers. And flog means to sell. So you swindlers sell the shot, the bullets, and troops, soldiers, have no or nothing to fire at the enemy. All right? This is a conversation or a business transaction between the armor and Mother Courage. All right? Where we can discover so many things. The first one is that in this scene also we have another business transaction. All right? We have another business transaction. In almost every scene we have a business transaction. The first scene, what do we have? What kind of business transaction do we have in the first scene? What was the item? What was the item?
It was about the couple with the...
Very good, yes. It was about a belt buckle with the soldiers, with the recruiter and the sergeant. All right. And the second scene?
The cook, I think.
The bird.
Yes, the capon, right. The capon, the cook's capon, right. And in this scene, we have this business transaction, the first one in this scene, the first one, about the sack of shot. All right. Yes. Go ahead, Muhammad.
Yes, the armorer have a heart. Can't you? You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Yes. What does he mean? What does he mean? Have a heart.
Means have mercy and be kind with me.
Muhammad, we have to be aware of the context, all right? Because the meaning of a word alone is different when it is, or when it comes among other words. All right? So heart alone means qalb, and it could have this denotation of compassion and love. But here, when he tells her, have a heart, the context is a...
Brave?
Excuse me, Yusuf?
This means brave?
I couldn't hear him, Yusuf, again, please.
Yes, it means brave.
Brave, yes, brave. Have heart means have courage.
Yes.
Have courage, all right?
Yes.
Which is also ironic, you know, because her name is Courage. He tells her have a heart.
Yeah.
All right? Can't you? You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, which is an English proverb meaning...
When you do what I need, I will do what you need.
Yes, if you do me a favor, I'll, you know, treat you...
on the shoot on the troops so the soldier can fight
the shot, the shot. Not shoot. Shoot is a verb. The shot. All right.
And
this is number one. Yes, the shot.
Fight the enemy. So they die.
This is number one. Now she says this is army property. All right. And I might risk, you know, myself and go for court martial. All right. This is number one, and the second one is. And I don't buy this reason, in fact, all right? But she is using this reason to press, all right, to press the armorer to belittle the price, to get the munition or the sack of shots for less money, all right? Because Mother Courage is, in a sense, she is an adventurer, and she is not afraid of this, all right? And the second, because, you know, the real reason behind her refusal is what? Is the price. Is the price. All right? It's always about the price. It's always about the money when it comes to business transaction. So this concept of money you have to put in mind because it's very important. All right? All what matters is money when we have a business transaction. Okay? And all that matters is money, as long as we talk about the capitalist system. Yes, money is the highest value in the capitalist system. This is why he is criticizing the capitalist system in this play. Yes. The armor.
Yes, the armor, you can sell it on the quiet tonight to the 4th Regiment, Samara. For the 4th floor, 5 florins, even 8 evening. If yet have a receipt for 12.
No, this is a receipt, not a receipt. This is a receipt. The P is silent. This is a receipt. What is a receipt?
It's list, maybe.
Hmm?
It's list that exists, things that you sell and buy.
Right. So kind of a manifest, just like a manifest, yes.
Yes, from he's right out of the ammunition. Maybe he's telling her if you don't sell it now, its price will be increased.
If you don't buy it now, yes.
Yes. If you don't get it now, still its price will rise. In the 8 o'clock, it has some specific price. And in the night, and then it will become 12 o'clock. Still, it will rise more than it was.
No, right.
So he enforced her to buy it now and get it right now.
Yes. Okay. Yes, Mother Courage.
Why not you do it? Yes, Muhammad.
Yes. Let me extend the page. The armorer, I don't trust him. He's full of mine.
Game to trusting.
Yes.
Take it away and pay him a florin and a half. The armor protested. I said a florin and a half. Catherine dragged the sack upstage. The armor following her. Mother carriage addresses Swiss cheese. Here's your woolies.
Woolies. What is the meaning of woolies? Woolies.
ملابس صوفية أو such a thing.
Right. Winter clothing. Yes. Winter clothing. Yes.
Now look after them. It is October and autumn may sit in any time. I am saying it's good to case I have learned not got to come when you think it will. Not even seasons of the year, but your regimental accounts go to add up right. Come what may, do you add up right?
Yes, but your regimental accounts got to add up right. And add up right means, add up right means, what is the job? What is his job? I mean, Swiss cheese's job. What does he do?
Swiss cheese's paymaster, I think.
He's a paymaster of the second Finnish regiment, right? So Mother Coach tells him, if he's because he's an accountant, you know, accountant. محاسب يعني محاسب مال هاي الفرقة العسكرية. She tells him, do your regimental accounts add up right? Do they make sense? Do they make sense? Means that, is there anything missing in them? Is there any amount of money missing in them? Or they are all right or correct? Right? Yes. Swiss cheese says, yes, mother, he says. Yes, mother, which means that they add up right. All right? And what does this tell us? We know that Swiss cheese is stupid, right?
Yes, sir.
But at the same time, he is honest. At the same time, he is honest. And his honesty is quite obvious here in this. Yes, mother, yes, my accounts add up right. All right? Because he does not steal, he does not embezzle. All right? As some of the Iraqi politicians nowadays. They embezzle everything. You know embezzle?
Yes, take money without telling anybody.
Right. Yes.
Public one.
Right. اختلاسات يعني اختلاسات embezzle.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Don't you forget, they made you paymaster case you was honest,
See?
not dashing like your brother, and above all, so stupid. I bet you ain't even thought of clearing off with it. No, not you. That's a big consolation of me.
Consolation. That's a big consolation. What is consolation?
It means in Arabic ta'ziyah or something like that.
Yes, it's a solace. A solace.
Yeah.
It's O-L-A-C-E, solace.
Yeah.
It's what's the meaning of solace here, or consolation? What does she want to say? What does she want to say here?
Solace, alienation, maybe.
No, محمد. Consolation, solace معناه عزاء. سامعين واحد يقول مرات بس عزائي الوحيد بالقضية انه مثل كان الشخص ناجح مثلا. اوكي. لاحظين هالشيء؟ سامعين هالكلمة؟
Okay.
Alright, yes. Alright. And don't lose those words, yes.
Wallace.
Yes. No, mother, I'll put Yusuf, you will be Swiss cheese, Yusuf. Yes, please continue.
Yes. No, mother, I'll put them under my mattress. Begins to go.
The armorer, I'll go along with you, paymaster.
And don't you start learning him none of your tricks. The armor lives with the Swiss.
Learning. What is the meaning of learning here? What is the meaning of learning?
She means to learn him some kinds of her tricks, like what she has done in the
What's
scenes
the
before.
meaning of learn? What's the meaning of learn?
Teacher?
Do we use learn in the meaning of teaching nowadays?
Now she means with a business transaction or something like that.
No. This word here is used as a non-standard, you know? We don't use learn in the meaning of teaching, but it's an old one. That's an old usage, or it's non-standard in fact. Non-standard. يعني عامية, كلمة عامية, all right? We say teach him, all right? And don't you start teaching him none of your tricks. Not learn, all right? But it's just non-standard because, as I told you, this play is a translation from German to English, and it was written in a dialect in German and translated into another dialect, all right?
Slang language?
Yes.
You meant slang language?
In a sense, yes, Yusuf, yes. The armorer leaves with the Swiss cheese without any farewell gesture. Yvette.
No reason not to say goodbye.
Yes.
I don't like to see them together. He's running company for our Swiss cheese. Oh, well.
Yes.
Why?
Why is he wrong company? The Swiss cheese.
Yeah, because she knows that her son is innocent and honest.
Right.
And they can't easily deceive him.
Yes, because the armorer has just, has just finished a business transaction which is unethical, غير أخلاقية, in a sense that he is betraying his mates, his friends. He's in a sense selling them down the river, as they say, selling them down the river. يعني يخونهم by selling the shots. All right. So he's a bad company, of course. Yes.
Oh well, wars off to a good start easily take 4 or 5 years before all countries are in. A bit
Yes, what does
of
she mean?
foresight.
What does she mean, Benin?
Just let me think. She means that the war will continue to a lot of years?
No. Because the war, which is the 30 Years' War, all right, that is basically religious between the Catholics and the Protestants, is a very long war. It's 30 Years' War. And sometimes you have armistice or truce, hudna, in the war for a year or two, and then they resume the fight again. يستأنفون القتال. All right? And this is why she says, oh well, war is off to a good start. Means that now we don't have war, but it will begin. And what she says, easily take 4 or 5 years before all countries in. Means that the European countries will get involved in the war, all of them, as time passes on. All right? Yes.
Don't you know you aren't supposed to drink before midi with your complaint?
Complaint? Who says so? It's libel.
It's a libel. It's a libel.
It's
and
a
libel
libel?
means
Slander?
yes, it's a kind of a defamation. Defamation. You know defamation? Defame from defame, D-E-F-A-M-E, but defamation, تشويه للسمعة يعني. All right?
Yes.
They all say so.
Yes. What is the meaning of complaint?
Yeshki or Yeshki, I think.
As a noun?
Disease?
Yes. Complaint, kind of a disease, yes. Yes.
Because they are all telling lies. Mother Courage and me at my white sand cause they are all avoiding me like something that cat brought in thanks to those lies.
See, because they're all telling lies about me, she says, Mother Courage, and me at my wit's end. I'm try to use the best of my wit to live, because they are all avoiding me. Why avoiding her? Because of her disease. And what is the disease? It's a VD. You know VD?
Yeah, it's
What is VD?
it's
No, the AIDS is different. The AIDS is the acquired immune deficiency syndrome. All right? You know what does AIDS stand for, right? The A is for what? Acquired. The I is for immune. The D is for deficiency, and the S for this syndrome. متلازمة نقص المناعة المكتسبة يعني. هو هذا معنى مرض الإيدز. All right? الإنسان ما عنده مناعة تصير بعد. Which is very dangerous. Now this is VD. VD is venereal disease, يعني مرض جنسي. All right? This is why, you know, if there is a rumor about her, because she's a whore, if there is a rumor that she has a venereal disease, you know, this is why she's treated like a cat, you know. She says, avoiding me like something the cat brought in thanks to those lies. All right? Yes.
what the hell am I remodeling my fat for?
My
She
hat
throws
for.
Yeah, she throws it away. That's why
She
I
throws
drink
it away.
before.
She throws what?
Sorry?
What does she throw?
The hat.
Throw her hat?
Yes. Yes.
That's why I drink before midday.
And
Never used
why do you
to.
think? Why do you think she throws it away is written in italics?
Yeah, because like this action, do it in the theater. The character
Very
is
good. Yes.
throw out the
Very
hat.
good. This is one thing, and the other thing, because the throwing of the hat is symbolic, and we will discover later on what does it mean, what does it signify. All right. Yes.
Never used to. Gives you graphs
No. She says that's why I drink before midday.
midday.
Mm.
Never used to. Gives you gross feet. But now, what the hell? All the circuit finish know me. Ought to have stayed at home when my first fellow did me wrong. No good our store being proud.
She says ought to, I had to, or I have to. Ought to have stayed at home when my first fellow did me wrong. What does she mean? What does she mean?
She has a relationship with a fellow and this person make her wrong.
Very good, yes. Yes, which is basically the thing that turns most of prostitutes into prostitutes. In fact, most of them get raped, even sometimes by relatives, which turns them into prostitutes. She says that my guy ought to have stayed at home when my first fellow or guy did me wrong. All right, raped her. Yes.
No good our sort being proud.
Sorry to
Eat
interrupt
shit.
you.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes, Yusuf.
Yes, that's why you meant at the beginning of the play, or she mentioned that when the soldier asked her about her children, probably they are, for example, Germany boy, or the other one is, for example, British one, or
You mean Mother Courage?
yeah.
Well, yes, you can say so, but she says she was married to them. Anyways, the basic meaning about this, catalog of miscegenation, as they say, يعني هذا الزواج المتعدد مال Mother Courage, was just a dig at the race theory, the Nazi race theory, Basically, this is the meaning of it. All right, but yeah, you can say that probably Mother Courage you know, nothing is quite sure that she was married to these people. All right. Thank you, Yusuf. Yes, please.
That's what
Welcome.
that's what you got to do, or down you go.
All right. Mother Courage.
Now don't you start up again about that Peter of yours and how it
That
all happened.
Pieter, not Peter, Benin. That Pieter.
Pieter
What is the meaning of Pieter?
Actually, I don't know. I didn't get it.
All right. Religious people, all right, sometimes get mocked at. They become the source of a source of comedy. You know, they become a laughing stock, as they say. Religious people sometimes, some of them, become a laughing stock. You know, laughing stock.
stooge.
Yeah, in a sense. Stooge.
مهزلة يعني مهزلة مضحكة.
Right, exactly, Muhammad. Here, piety, from piety, you know, piety, the fear of God, to be a pious person, تكون متقي يعني, the fear of God. All right, so piety is someone, the word sounds like someone who claims to be pious, but he's not. All right?
Okay, yeah.
And this notion is I guess, is in almost all the cultures. In Iraq, we have another word for it. سامعين كلمة مومن?
Yes.
Yes.
He's a source of laugh all the time when we say مومن about someone, all right? Which reflects his hypocrisy. Someone who is not truly religious, right?
Yes.
All right? Yeah, it's something like that. Piety, yes.
And how it all happened in front of my innocent daughter too.
Right.
She's the one should hear it. Put her of love.
All right. So what does Mother Courage tell Yvette?
I think she wants to keep it as a secret and don't talk anything to their relations or in front of her daughter.
Yes, yes. Yvette is upset because they say that she has a VD, a venereal disease, and she's upset, and she begins blaming herself and about to tell her story, okay? And Mother Courage prevents her from doing so because, you know, she says, my daughter is innocent, all right? Don't make her or don't open her eyes to such stories, which may make her lose her innocence, all right? And Yvette says, no, on the contrary, she has to be warned by my story, all right? Yes.
Nobody can put them off that.
Then I will go on. Get it off my chest. It all starts
Get
with
it
yours.
off. Get it off my chest means
Actually, I don't know.
confess it. I'll confess. أعترف بها يعني. أحكيها. Yes.
Okay. It all starts with yours truly growing up in lovely Flanders. Else I'd never have seen him and wouldn't be stuck here now in Poland. Because he was an army cook, fair-haired, a Dutchman but thin for once.
Dutchman. Dutchman means?
The person from Holland?
Yes.
Holland?
Yes.
But thin for once. Catherine, watch out for thin ones. Only in those days I didn't know that. Or that he'd got a girl already. Or that they all called him Puffing Piet. Cause
See,
he
puffing
never...
piet. Puffing piet. Referring to what? Referring to?
Smoking?
Yes, smoking. Puffing piet. Someone who smokes with a pipe. All right? Puffing pipe. You know who's this guy, right?
Sorry?
Do you know this guy? Who is the puffing poet who raped Yvette?
I don't know. Her
Yes,
boyfriend?
he is the cook. The cook.
Oh.
All right, he's the same person. Yes.
She
Yes.
never took his pipe out of his mouth when he was on the job. It means that's little to him. And she sings the song of it's difficult thing.
Fraternization. Fraternization.
Anyway, yeah.
Yes.
When
What
I
is the meaning
was
of fraternization?
in Arabic,
In Arabic? الإلقاء أو التفاضل.
Ta'akhi, tamam, tamam. But the word fraternization has another meaning.
actually yes.
Yes. Fraternization means having sex in the army, which is illegal, all right? We call it fraternization. And this is the meaning of it here. Yes, when I was only 16.
When I was only 16, the foe came into our land. He laid aside his saber.
Saber means?
And sword,
Sword, yes, sword, yes.
And with a smile he took my hand. After the May parade, the May light starts.
After the May parade. Show,
The
استعراض.
The May light starts to fade. The regiment raised by the right. The drums were beaten, and that's the drill. The foe took us behind the hill, and that's difficult.
Yes.
Fraternized all night.
Yes.
There were so many foes then, but mine worked in the midst. I lost him in the daytime. At night I loved him nonetheless. After the May parade, the May lights starts to fade. The regiment raised by the right. The drums were beaten, that's the drill. The foe took us behind the hill and fraternized all night. The love which came upon me was wished on me by fate. My friends could never grasp why. I found it hard to share their hate. The fields were wet with dew. When sorrow first I knew. The regiment raised by the right, the drums were beaten, that's the drill. And then the foe, my lover still, went marching out of sight. I followed him, fool that I was, but I never found him. And that was 5 years back. She walks unsteadily behind the cart.
All right. So the song is quite simple and tells the story of Yvette when she was raped, all right, when the enemy came to her land and when she was raped, all right, and then when he left her. It's a simple story, but it has many, many meanings. The first one is a warning to Catherine not to get involved with the army, all right? All right?
Yes.
All right?
Yeah.
And yes, it's a warning to Catherine not to get involved with the soldiers, because in such hectic times, in such hard times, noble feelings like love get tarnished, get spoiled, because in such times the equivalent of love is rape. There is no love in such times. In time of war, there is no love. Everything is spoiled. Everything is tarnished. T-A-R-N-I-S-H-E-D, tarnished. ملطخ يعني يكون. All right? Yes. How much do we have time?
Yes, we have 1 hour.
We still have 1 hour left, right?
Yes.
Very good. Now, this song is, I mean, the words are very simple and the story is very simple, as I told you, but definitely it has a significance and it has a function. The function is to warn Catherine from getting involved with the soldiers, with anyone, because she will not find love, but she will find rape. Oh, and also it is, as the other songs serve, it serves as an alienation effect, all right? Yes, so Mother Courage, she says, you left your hat here.
Anyone wants it can have it.
All right.
Let them be a lesson, Catherine. Don't you start anything with them. Soldiers, love makes the world go around. I'm warning you, even with fellows not in the army. It is no bed of roses. He says he would like to kiss the ground your feet walk on. Reminds me, did you wash them yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
And after that, you were his skivvy.
Skivvy means?
Maid? خادمة?
No, skivvy means underwear.
Shiny?
Yes, and it also has this meaning, yes. And someone who is contemptible. Yes.
Be thankful you are dumb. Then you can't contradict yourself and won't be wanting to bite your tongue, or for speaking the truth. It is the God sense being dumb.
And it's a God send. God send. What's the meaning of God send?
نعمة من Allah, or something. It is something good came from the God.
Yes, we call it a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise. She is dumb, all right? Catherine is dumb, but her mother thanks God for it, because she's a God sent, which means that it's a blessing in disguise. Though she is dumb, being dumb in such time is good, all right? Because no soldier will perhaps get involved with her, all right? Yes.
And here comes the general's cook. Now that's hereafter. Enter the cook and the chaplain.
The chaplain, Ayat Mehdi, can you read the chaplain, please?
Yes.
Yes, please. Ayat Mehdi, are you there? أنا سمعت صوت ديش يعني ما أعرف.
Just wait to go away the.
All right, yes, yes.
Yes, the chaplain, I have a message for you from your son Elif, and the cook has come along because you made such a profound impression on him.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Now, this speech by the chaplain, what does it tell you? It tells two things. The first one is direct, and the other is indirect. The first one is bringing something from Aleph to Mother Courage. All right, he has a message, and the other one is that it's a kind of a warning, you know, because he is the same guy. The cook is the same guy who raped Yvette, and when he says the cook has come along because you made such a profound impression on him. He liked you. And liking her by such a person is dangerous, all right? Yes.
Sorry, could you repeat them? Not to write them?
Yes, Muhammad.
The first point?
Yes, the first point is you have a direct information and the indirect information. The first one is, the direct one is bringing the message to Mother Courage from her son Aleph. And the other one is a kind of an indirect insinuation or hint that he might be, he might want to involve with Mother Courage, all right, having an affair with her. All right, yes. The cook. The cook, Batul, can you be the cook, please?
Yes,
Yes.
I just come along to get a bit of air.
that you can always do here.
اكو فيلم اسمه التجربة الدنماركية إذا شايف العادل إمام.
Yes.
شايفيه؟
Yes, we watched it.
شايفين نيكول سابا من تجي من المطار؟
Yes.
ويلحقوها كلهم يطبونها بالغرفة ويطلعون كلهم يبقى الخدام مالته اللي هو محسن سرحان الله يرحمه الممثل سامي سرحان اعتقد او ما يمكن سامي سرحان. فيقول له عادل امام انت شكو واقف هنا؟ يقول له الطبيب نصحني اوقف بحته فيها طراوه. شايفين ما شايفين هلا؟
وياك.
اي ذكرتني بهذا كلام الكوك يقول I just came along to get a bit of air here. All right? Yes. So mother courage.
That you can always do here if you behave yourself, and if you don't, I can deal with you. What does he want? I got no spare cash.
All right. See,
Yes.
this how mother courage responds. See, that you can always do here if you have or behave yourself. All right. And if you don't, I can deal with you. She knows what kind of person is the cook. And the other thing is that she said, what does he want? What does Eilif want? I got no spare cash for him. Yes. The chaplain.
Yes. Actually, I had a message for his brother, the paymaster.
He ain't here now, nor anywhere else. Neither he and his brother's paymaster.
Yes.
He has not to
He's
pay
not,
him.
you know. His brother is an honest person. Though he is an accountant, he will never lend him money. Yes, because it's not his money.
Nor be clever at his expense, giving him money for the pierce slings around here. Give him this. It is a sign.
It's a sin.
It is a sin. He is batting on mother's love and ought to be ashamed of himself.
Not for long, he will have to be moving up with the regiment. Might be to his death. Give him a bit extra. He will be sore later. You women are tough. Then later on you are sorry. A little glass of brandy wouldn't have been a problem, but it wasn't a problem, and who knows, a block may lie beneath the green sod, and none of you people will ever be able to dig him up again.
Yes. He warns Mother Courage, you know, that in case you don't give him the money, he may die and you will regret it. You will rue it, yes. The chaplain.
Yes. Don't give way to your feelings. Cook, to fall in battle is a blessing, not an inconvenience.
Inconvenience. Yes.
Inconvenience and dual. It is a war of faith, none of your common wars, but a special one, both for the faith and therefore pleasing to God.
See who's speaking about faith and God. The chaplain, who's a hypocrite. All right? These are just, you know, lips. I mean, he's just paying lip service. You know lip service?
Yeah, he's trying to justify the war according to the religious
Right.
leader.
No, he's just paying lip service. I mean, he does not, you know, he does not feel them at heart, these words. They are just lip service. بس على الشفاه يعني لعق بس لعق على اللسان يعني لقلقة لسان. But there is no true belief in this. There is no belief in what he says. The chaplain is a hypocrite, as I told you. Someone who does not believe in what he says. Someone who is not genuine. أصيل يعني. He's not genuine. He's phony. 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 مزيف يعني fake. Right. Yes, the cook.
Very true. It's a war right in one scene. What with requesting and murder and looting and the odd bit of rap thrown
No, not rap. Rap, you know rap. Rap هاي الأغاني مال rap that. This is rape, بتقول. Rape.
sorry, rape is thrown in, but different from all the other wars because it's a war of faith. Stand to reason, but it's thrifty work at that. You must admire.
Yes, there is this conversation, an argument between the cook and the chaplain about the war. All right, and whether it's different from the other wars. The chaplain holds the view that this is a different war, a special kind of war, because it's a war that is fought for God. And the cook sarcastically comments on it by saying, yes, it's a war of faith, yeah, even with the murder, with the looting, and the other bit of rape thrown in, still it's a war of faith. All right. See, so it's just like any other war. It's just like any other war. It's a bloody war where people are killed, where women are raped, where cattle and property are looted. تفرهد يعني looted. Marauded يعني marauded, 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 or plundered, PLUNDER, plundered هم معناته تفرهد يعني. We call this the sack also, the sack, SACK, the sack, يعني هم نهب أو سلب, all right? All these things in the war thrown in, but different from all the other wars because it's a war of faith. See, stands to reason, but it's thirsty work. At that, you must admit, yes. Chaplain.
Yes. The chaplain to Mother Courage, indicating the cook. I tried to stop him, but he says he is taking a shame to you.
A shine to you.
Shine to you. You figure in his dream.
Do you see? This is what the chaplain tells Mother Courage. He says, I didn't want him to come with me, but he told me that he's taken a shine. He's taken a shine to you. يعني تعجبيه يعني he likes you. And you figure in his dreams. He sees you in his dreams. All right? Yeah. The cook.
The cook lighting a stumpy pipe.
Stumpy means?
Short?
Short and thick, yes. Stumpy pipe. Yes.
Just want a glass of brandy from a fair hand. What harm in that? Only I'm groggy already cause
groggy means
Drunk?
dizzy.
Dizzy, yes, dizzy. دايخ يعني دايخ مسطور يعني. Hey. Yes.
Because the chaplain here's been telling such jokes all the way along. You bet I'm still blushing.
Yes. What do you think? What kind of jokes the chaplain told all the way long told the cook? The cook tells Mother Courage that how about a glass of brandy from a fair hand, from a beautiful hand? He's making advances to Mother Courage. يعني جاي يتحارش بيها يعني. What harm in that? Only I'm groggy already. And he says, أنا دايخ هسه يعني already دايخ because of the jokes that the chaplain told me as we came here. What kind of jokes were the ones that make me blush? I'm still blushing. Blushing, blushing?
Shy?
Yes.
Yes, when your cheeks, become red at hearing something indecent. So the chaplain, which is unusual for a chaplain, for a religious man to tell such raunchy jokes, or obscene jokes, obscene, 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 يعني نكات فاجرة خليعة يعني, raunchy. We call them raunchy jokes. RAUNCHY, are raunchy jokes. نكات خليعة يعني. So this is also could serve as an alienation effect, all right? Yes, Mother Courage.
I'm a clergyman too. I would best give the pair of you a drink. or you will start making me immoral suggestions because you have nothing else to do.
Right. Yes. The chaplain.
Yes. Behold the temptation, said the cart preacher. And Phil turning back to look at Catherine as believe. And who is this entrancing young person?
Entrancing means entrancing means beautiful. Means beautiful. Fascinating. Yes, fascinating. Yes. All right.
That's an entrancing, but a decent young person. The chaplain and the cook go behind the cart with mother carriage. Catherine looks after them, then walks away from her, washing toward the bath.
The hat.
She picks it
the
up.
Hat. What hat is this?
Hat, yeah.
Whose hat is this?
Hats of Yvette.
Yvette's hat, right.
She picks it up and sits down, pulling the right boots toward her. Mother Carriage can be heard in the background talking politics with the chaplain and the cook.
Yes. So, this is the, seems to be Brecht's rhetoric. Rhetoric, R-H-E-T-O-R-O-R-I-C, rhetoric. The way he presents his drama here. All the time we have Mother Courage is discussing things away from her kids while they get involved in bad things or put themselves to danger. Though it is not that much danger, but it's it involves, or it has this significance here. When Catherine tries the boots, the red high-heeled boots, and the hat, Yvette's hat, which signify what? What do you think? What do they signify? I mean, putting these items on her, what do they signify? What is the significance of it? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, Yusuf.
Yes, this happens on the stage, right?
Yes, of course.
Yes. To make the audience think about the situation, or the situation that the Mother Courage, how to put her children and
no, Yusuf. No, this is not the answer, Yusuf. Catherine is putting on Yvette's hat and red high-heeled boots. What does this mean? What does it mean? What does it signify?
I think this gives us an indication that because Catherine is poor and dumb, she just wants to behave like a normal girl, or not, by trying to imitate her.
أنت بالجنة بنين لبنان. Your name is بنين لبنان.
Yeah.
أنت بالجنة بريئة كلش خطية كلش عارف. بنين. Now this is Catherine is a dumb. All right, she's dumb.
Yeah.
يعني خلتها. Okay. Catherine, has many times been warned by her mother not to get involved with the soldiers. Now, this putting on of Yvette's items on her is a sign of a sexual desire, a repressed sexual desire. يعني رغبة جنسية مكبوتة. All right. This is the way we read things, Benin. Okay.
Okay.
So it's quite simply an expression of a repressed sexual desire on the part of Catherine. All right? Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Those fellows here in Poland had no business sticking their noses in. Right, our king moved in on them, horses and foot. But did they keep the peace? No, went and stick their noses into their own affairs. They did and fell on king, just as he had quietly cleaning off. They committed a breach of peace. That's what.
What is a breach? What is a breach? What's the meaning of breach of peace?
خرق السلام, do violation to the peace treaty.
Yes. Violation of peace, right? A violation of peace, right? So what does Mother Courage say here? Hmm? She says, those Poles means
People from Poland, right?
very, yes, people from Poland are called Poles, the Polondinia. Those Poles here in Poland, اللي هم Catholic, right, had no business sticking their noses in. Right, our king is Gustavus Adolphus, who is the champion of Protestantism. In on them, horse and foot. But did they keep the peace? No. Went and stuck their noses into their own affairs. They did. And fell on king just as he was quietly clearing off. They committed a breach of peace. All right? Because they had a peacetime and then they breached the peace. That's what so bloods on their own head. All right? So they are the ones to blame for all these killings and blood. Yes. The chaplain says.
Yes. All our king reminded about was freedom. The emperor had made
The emperor. Who is the emperor? The emperor. Who is the emperor?
The second Ferdinand?
Yes, King Ferdinand. We say King Ferdinand II, who is the champion of Catholicism. All right? Yes.
The emperor had made this glove.
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
What about the first Ferdinand?
Ferdinand I?
Yes,
What about him?
I think who killed in the First World War.
Well, that's a different issue, Yusuf. Here we are talking about the year 1618, which is the 17th century, and you are talking about the 20th century. All right.
All right.
We have many Ferdinands and we have many Charleses, you know, in France, in Poland, in England. All right. So we are talking about a particular Ferdinand here. We call the second Ferdinand, all right, who was champion of Catholicism. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Police and the Germans alike, and the king had to liberate them.
Yes. The cook.
Just what I say, your brandy's fair straight. I weren't mistaken in your face. But talk of the king. It cost the king dear trying to give freedom to Germany. What with giving Sweden the salt tax? What cost of poor folk? A bit. So I've heard, on top of which he had to have the Germans looked up and drawn the quartered cause
and
they
drawn.
wanted to.
يعني locked, the Germans locked, يعني jailed, مسجونين, up, locked up, and drawn and quartered. Drawn and quartered means drawn and quartered. Quartered from the quarter. What is a quarter?
You what?
What's the meaning of quarter?
إيواء كمان.
4.
ربع يعني. But when we say quartered, it means that to make something for, all right? In other words, it's about a dismembering, a dismembering of someone. يعني يقطع الشخص إلى 4 قطع, all right? Which was a habit in war at that time. Someone is cut into 4 pieces: his head, his chest, and his legs. You know, they are put on different parts of the country. All right, as a sign of warning to anyone who messes. All right, with the government. So he says, yes, I've heard, on top of which he had to have, هذا من هو هذا Gustavus Adolphus يعني هذا the champion of Protestantism, have the Germans locked up and drawn and quartered because they wanted to carry on slaving for the emperor, slaving for Ferdinand II. Yes, continue please.
Of course, the king took a serious view when nobody didn't want to be free. He set out by just trying to protect Poland against bad people, particularly the emperor. Then it started to become a habit till he ended up protecting the whole of Germany.
Yes, the cook is sarcastic here. يعني يجي يصنف عليهم يعني. When they talk about their king, Gustavus Adolphus, as I said, who is the champion of Protestantism, he said he wanted to liberate, but as he liberated people, it became a habit of him, you know, until he ended up protecting the whole of Germany. صارت بسهولة يعني يحرر الناس يعني, which is something of course sarcastic. يضحك عليهم هو. Yes.
They didn't have kick, so the poor old king had naught but terrible for all his kindness and the expenses. And that's something he had to make up for by taxes, of course.
Taxes.
Yes.
Yes.
Which caused bad blood. Not that he had let a little matter like that depress him. One thing he had on his side, God's word. That was a help.
Now, as the cook speaks, you know, he has a tongue in cheek. We say he has a tongue in cheek. He doesn't mean what he say here, because he is sarcastic. He is cynical. 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 تهكمي يعني يضحك يعني. يعني يقول الله وياه بجانبه يعني. He has God's word. You know, he's committing atrocities. He's, you know, levying taxes. Levying, Leving, levying يعني يفرض الضرائب. All right, imposing taxes on people. It's all about money, as I told you. It's a war. It's a capitalist venture. You know, his aim is not to liberate people. His aim is not to fight for Protestantism. But the ulterior motives, the hidden cause for this war is money. All right, beginning with the salt tax, the salt tax and the other taxes he levies or imposes on the people. Yes, because otherwise
folk would have been saying he done it all for himself and to make a bit on the side. So he's always had a good conscience, which was the main point.
Of course, the cook does not mean this. He does not mean this. He means that he has no conscience at all. All right, but he's just, you know, making fun.
Anyone can see you are not sweet, or you wouldn't be talking that way about the hero king.
See, do you see the point here? Mother Courage is upset because he talks about the king. All right, but is she really upset? Is she really upset? Genuinely upset about this? Of course, you know, she's also being a hypocrite here also, because she's after her business, after also her interests. Yes. The chaplain.
Yes. After all, he provides the bread you eat.
See, the chaplain, the hypocrite, tells the cook, you know, tells him at least you have to respect him because he provides the bread for you. يعني هو موفر لك الخبزة مالتك اللقمة مالتك تاكلها يعني ما يصير تحكي عليه الحكي هذا. Alright? Right.
I
Yes.
don't eat it, I bake it.
I bake it. Yes.
They will never beat him. And why his men got faith in him seriously to go by what the big shots say. They are waging war
Wage.
for
They are waging. They are
Waging.
waging. يشنون الحرب يعني.
okay, of war for Almighty God and in the name of everything that's good and lovely. But look closer. They aren't so silly. They are waging it for what they can get. Else little folk like me wouldn't be in it at all.
See, this is what Mother Courage believes. She believes that as the big shots or the wealthy people, the tycoons, make the war and to get money, all right? Otherwise, she wouldn't be in it at all. She wouldn't be in the war. So she thinks that she is just like the good, the wealthy people who get money. She participates in this war to get money herself. All right?
Yes, that's the way it is.
Yes. As a Dutchman, you had do better to glance at the flag of above your head before venting your
Letting out.
opinion.
No, venting means
Yeah.
letting out, yani. Your opinions.
Your opinions here in Poland.
Yes. All right.
All God Lutherans here. Prost, Catherine has put
All
on
good Lutherans. All good Lutherans. Here,
Yeah.
Lutherans means Protestants. Lutherans from Martin Luther. Lutherans means Protestant. Yes. Prosit means cheers. When someone drinks something with another guy, they hit the glasses, we say cheers. So prosit, to your good health, means to your good health. صحتك يعني.
Catherine has put on Eve's hat and began
Strutting. Strutting means,
يترنح.
yes, walking arrogantly. Walking arrogantly. تترنح يعني تمشى بخيلاء يعني غرور. Yes.
Around in imitation of her way of walking. Suddenly
Yeah.
there's a noise of a cannon fire and shouting. Drums, Mother College, the cook and the chaplain rush out from behind the cart. The two last named still carrying their glasses. The armor,
Who are the two last named? Who are they, Benin?
the chaplain and the cook.
Yes. Right.
Yeah. The armor and the brother, another soldier ran up and the cannon and tried to push it away.
Yes.
What's happening? Wait till I have taken my washing down. You lost. She tries to rescue her washing.
Yes. What's happening? What's going on? What's going on? All right. And the armorer says, the Catholics. يعني هجموا عليهم منو الكاثوليكيين. All right. Broken through. Don't know if we'll get out of here because they are so close. All right. So he says, we don't know if we'll get out of here. To the soldier, he says, get that gun shifted, and runs on. Yes, the cook.
God, I must find the general. Courage, I'll drop by in a day or two for another talk.
All right. He runs away because the Catholics have come.
Wait, you forgot your pap.
In the distance, keep it for me. I'll be needing it.
What's happened just as we are making a bit of money?
I will be going to indeed if the enemy is so close as that it may be dangerous. Please are the pacemakers makers in the motto in wartime. If only I had the clock to cover me.
All right, now we know very well who is this chaplain, the true character. I mean, this speech reflects who the character of the chaplain is. All right, the chaplain is a religious man who is supposed to have faith in God, who is supposed to be convinced with what he believes, all right, and his belief in the cause of this religious war. Now we discover what kind of a person he is. He says, "Ah, well, I'll be going too. I'll run away also. Indeed, if the enemy is so close as that, it might be dangerous. Blessed," see? Blessed are the peacemakers, and that is the motto in wartime. شوفوا التبديل مالته شلون بدل. If only I had a cloak to cover me. He needs to conceal. He needs to hide his identity. All right. He needs a cloak to cover his body, because he is putting on what? A religious gown that reflects his identity as a Protestant. So he wants to change his identity. Yes. Mother Courage.
I am lending no clothes, not on your life. I've been had too often.
See, Mother Courage refuses to give him a cloak, because she never gives anything in, for free. She sells things she has. All right.
But my faith makes it particularly dangerous for me.
But my faith makes it particularly dangerous for me. My faith, which is being Protestant, makes it dangerous for me if I'm discovered by the Catholics. If they discover that I'm a Protestant priest, then they will kill me. At this point, Mother Courage gets him a cloak. Yes.
Gets him a cloak. Goes against my conscience. That's
conscience. It goes against my conscience. ضمير يعني عكس ضمير يعني مو هاي ديني. This against my religion. Yes.
This does. Now you run along.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, dear lady. That's very, very generous of you. But I think it might be wiser for me to remain seated here. It could arouse suspicion. And bring the enemy down on me if I were seen to run.
Yes, it says I'd better stay where I am, because if I run, they'll they may know me and kill me. Yes.
Leave it, you fool. Who's going to pay you for that? I will look after it for you. You are risking your neck.
The soldier running away, you can tell his friends, you can tell them, I tried to save it. All right. Yes.
Cross my heart. Sees her daughter with the hat.
With the hat. Now, at this moment, with the coming of the Catholic soldiers, Kat is trying Yvette's hat and red high-heeled boots. All right. And Mother Courage is, gobsmacked. She is astonished at what she's doing. Yes. What you doing?
What you doing with that trumpet's hat?
The trumpet means.
Take that lid.
The trumpet means whore. Another word for whore or prostitute. Yes.
Take that lid off. You're gone crazy. And the enemy arriving, and minute pulls the hat of Catherine's head. Wants him to pick you up and make a prostitute of you, and she's gone and puts those boots on. Who's a whore of Babylon? With those boots, I tries to.
If you just imagine the way Mother Courage is trying to, keep her dumb daughter Catherine away from the soldiers. As she puts on the hat, and Mother Courage takes away from her, and then Catherine tries to put on the red high heels boots, and then Mother Courage is upset, calling her whore of Babylon. Whore of Babylon is a figure in history who's called Ishtar, all right? Ishtar is known as the whore of Babylon, all right? Yes, just to emphasize, also to express her, you know, her anger at Catherine. Yes. Off with the boots.
Tries to tag them of her. Jesus Christ, Chaplain, give me a hand. Get those boots off her.
Yes,
I will be right back.
The boots cannot be, you know, taken off easily. This is why she's asking the help of the chaplain. Yes.
I will be right back. Runs to the car.
Now this is supposed to be the heyday, Yvette's heyday. You know heyday? This is supposed to be Yvette's heyday. The day that she's been waiting for, all right? Because this is a time for her, you know, business to prosper, all right? When the soldiers are coming. She's powdering her face. She's putting some makeup on her face and says, yes.
Fancy that. The Catholics are coming. Where my hat? Who's been kicking it around? Who's been kicking it around? I can't go about looking like this if the Catholics are coming. What else they think of me? No mirror either. To the chaplain, how do I look? Too much powder?
Yes, exactly right.
And where are them red boots? Fails to find them as Catherine hides her feet under her skirt. I left them here all right. Now I will have to get to meet tent barefoot. It's an outrage. And
yes, Yvette is so upset because all the items are taken by Catherine. You can, you know, imagine the situation with Catherine hiding Yvette's red high heel boots under her skirt, you know, and Yvette is, you know, busy looking for them. Yes. Swiss cheese runs in carrying in a small box, which is the cash box, the regimental cash box. Yes. Mother Courage arrives with her hands full of ashes.
Full of ashes. To Catherine, here's some ashes.
What is ashes? What is the meaning of ashes?
What you are crying?
What is ashes? Soot. S-O-O-T. Soot. صخام يعني صخام. رماد. All right? Yes. To Catherine. Yes. Mother Courage.
What is that you are carrying?
Yes.
So, Mother Courage, just a second, Yusuf. Mother Courage arrives with her hands full of ashes. يعني جاب صخام بديها Mother Courage. To Catherine, here some ashes. بدأت تلطخ وجهبتها. No, starting to tarnish her daughter's face. To Swiss cheese, what's that you are carrying?
Yes.
Yes.
To make her more guilty from her shape, or to go away the soldiers about her.
To look ugly and plain, you know, nobody can recognize her. Yes. Not to draw any attention. Yes. All right. Swiss cheese.
Yes, Swiss cheese, regimental cash box.
Regimental cash box. Swiss cheese is hiding the regimental cash box because he's honest. All right, he could have given them the cash box and then he will save his life, but he's hiding it. Yes.
Take it away. No more paymastering for you.
I'm responsible. He goes to the right.
To the rear. Now, don't forget that, as I told you before, Mother Courage's sons are three: Eilif, Swiss cheese, and Catherine. I'm just trying to remind you of this. And each one of them has a certain or a particular trait. Like, for instance, Eilif's trait or feature is what?
Foolhardy and brave.
Dashing.
Is foolhardy and dashing. Very good, Batul, yes. Foolhardy and dashing. Very good. And Swiss cheese?
Is honest.
Swiss cheese is honest, right? Swiss cheese is honest. And Catherine is
Kindness.
kind, yes. These aspects of their characters, and because they are, good aspects, they become fatal, These virtues that they have become fatal to their possessors in the time of war. Now, Swiss cheese is honest, and he has the money. He's entrusted, mu'taman, he is entrusted with this money box, with this regimental cash box. So, because he's honest, he keeps the cash box, all right? Which will lead to his death, of course. Yes.
Take your clerical thoughts of Padre, or they will spot you
Yes,
under
Mother Teresa
that
talks to the chaplain. She tells him, take your clerical togs, clothes, religious clothes, of Padre. Padre is Italian or the Latin for father, all right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or,
Why
or
does
they will
why does she tell him, take off your clerical togs? Because they reflect his identity as a priest, as a Protestant priest, yes.
or they will put you under that cloak.
All right.
She-
So
that's space.
she tells him, don't put that cloak which I've just given you on your clerical togs. يعني هو لابس ملابس دينية. قالت له أول مرة نزحن هاي الملابس وبعدين البس العباية. Okay. In case they take off the cloak, then they see nothing. All right. They see any ordinary clothing. But if you keep your clerical togs, which is a sign of your identity as a Protestant priest, then they will spot you and kill you. Yes.
She rubs Catherine's face with ash.
With ash. She, tarnishes her daughter's face with soot and ash.
Yeah. Keep still. Will
Keep
you?
still, will you? هاي تقمز هاي كاترين. شايفين دول الخرسان المخابيل من تلزمهم ما يقعدون ما يستقرون ما مستقرين بس يتحركون. Keep still.
Yes, that's right.
Will you? Yes.
There you are, a bit of mud, and you will be
A
safe.
bit of muck. A bit of muck. Muck means mud. طين يعني طين. Yes.
What a disaster! Centuries were
What a
drank.
disaster. What a disaster.
Disaster, yeah. Centuries were drank. Had your light under.
No.
Which- yeah.
The way you properly read the text like this, what a disaster. Centuries were drunk. Centuries. What was the meaning of centuries?
في العجزة.
No. Centuries means guards. The guards. الحراس الليليين يعني. Who they keep the watch. All right, at night. And هو فجأة they were, suddenly, all of a sudden, they were surprised with the advent or with the breaking through of the Catholics. This is why she says centuries were drunk. شنو كانوا الحراس سكرانين يعني. All right. شلون يعني جو الكاثوليك هجموا علينا رأسا؟ وين الحراس؟ Centuries were drunk. And then she says, because don't forget that as she speaks, she is putting ashes on Catherine's face and putting mud on Catherine's face as she speaks. And then she says, hide your light under a bushel, right? She says, hide your light under a bushel. Let's stop here and we will explain this, all right? By the way, do you know what's the meaning of this before we leave? Hide your light before a bushel.
Yes, to hide the light, to do not see them by the soldiers of Catholic.
Yes, in the Bible, the saying goes like this: never hide your light under a bushel. And light here is a symbol of, the good you have. يعني إذا أنت عندك خير لا تظلم على الناس, okay? But Mother Courage here says hide your bushel under يعني داري على شمعتك تقيد مثل ما يقولون, مو؟ مثل المصريين يقولون هالشيء. يعني she is, hiding Catherine, all right, to protect her, all right? to protect Catherine from the
Yes.
soldiers and not to be raped by the soldiers. We will stop here and we'll continue discussing. Just remind me, Benin, next time, Betul, just remind me of this, that we stopped here, section B.
Yes, sir.
And we will continue this later on. Thank you very much for coming to this class today. All right. See you next time. And I guess you have an exam, right? الامتحان التعويضي.
For some of
هذا الامتحان فقط للطلبة اللي ما قدروا يمتحنون. طلاب ركزوا، ما أريد واحد ممتحن ومسلم إجابته يمتحن بيه. تمام؟
okay.
اوكي، يعني فقط الطلاب اللي ما ممتحنين يمتحنون بيه. امتحان هو اتوقع يوم 18، اتوقع الخميس. alright، فشيء
يعني درجاتنا مال هذا الامتحان
ما لكم علاقة بدرجات طلاب، انتوا تمتحنوا والباقي عليه. زين عيني؟
تمام.
ليش شنو هم الدرجات؟ بس انتوا اهم شيء درسوا وافتهموا المادة.
دكتور بالنسبة للدرجات مال الامتحان بالفصل الأول كانت به يعني شلون درجات يعني موالمة قليلة، مثلا نقدر نرفعها مثلا بامتحان ثاني أو شيء.
لا امتحان، تمتحنين امتحان واحد محمد هسه، بس امتحان واحد.
يعني مثلا إذا نقدر مثلا نمتحن هذا الامتحان يوم 18 تحسب من الدرجة الأعلى.
انت منو قال لك ايش قد درجة؟ تعرف درجة ايش قد؟
21 هي طلعت بعد ما امتحنا، طلعت من الدرجات اوتوماتيكيا يعني. فأربع أغلاط يعني شيء كذا تصير 21. فدرجة ما توالم التعب وقاعد أقرأ يعني الدرجة العالية تفيد
ما
يعني
مشكلة
بعد
محمد،
تقبل
ما
الدراسة.
مشكلة. بس هو هذا الامتحان مو انا اللي افرق، يعني هذا الامتحان فقط الطلبة اللي ما امتحنوا. alright، احنا راح نشوف شلون طريقة العوضان. الطلاب اللي زينين المتفوقين اللي يحضرون بالهذا لهم درجة خاصة، يعني ما اساويكم كلكم يعني. اطمئن، يعني هذا الشيء مو مفيد، شيء مهم. زين، نريدكم مش تهتمون بالمادة تفهموها يعني. alright.
مشكورين دكتور.
Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye bye.
See you.